What is going on, beautiful people? It's Mr. Meyer with the Fire, here to share ideas and take the collective vibration higher. It's midnight on the dot, the day after my birthday, July 30th. Oh boy, I was born on the 29th. Oh boy, it's a good day. And I appreciate all the love, all the birthday wishes that you guys gave me, all the support. This has been a hell of a year. So I thought, what better to do than a little year ahead action with your man. All right, so this is my chart right now. This was the transits. I'm going to actually stop the screen share and then I'm going to move the chart and then I'm going to screen share it again just to make sure that this actually shows up. Okay, gang. And I'm going to do a little reading for myself. So if you guys enjoy this video, cool. I'm really just trying to see what's up with your boy. So that means I was born in Leo. Every day is a good day to be myself. Oh, yes. So these were the transits of my birthday. This was that solar return chart. Well, my solar return was actually the day before. But well, let's do that. Yeah, how about we pull up the actual solar return? Let's go 6 degrees and 16 minutes. That's where we need to be. And I had like Sagittarius on the ascendant. I remember that. I was checking it on the phone. And I had such a good birthday, guys. For whoever was wondering, I spent time with my loved ones. Got to see my beautiful girlfriend, spend time with my dad and my cat. And I just got an abundance of love from you guys on the internet. It's so crazy how connected we are on these platforms. Having a good time, guys. This was the solar return chart. And honestly, feel like this is a pretty promising year because the year I just had, 25, I really liked. A lot can happen in a year, a lot can change. And what happened when I was 25? A lot of it felt like business as usual, running a business, but I did make a lot of changes in my life. And I feel like with me having the chart that I have and me being a fixed sign and having so many fixed placements, sometimes when I make change, it can be kind of slow to begin. But once I get my momentum, man, there's gonna be a hard time stopping me. So this last year was a lot of lifestyle adjustments and a lot of change. And the first thing I could say is that I completed another year in the Temple of Witchcraft, going from W3 to W4. So we just wrapped up working with the element of water and emotions and shadow work and shamanic journeying. So it's been an intensely emotional year. I've gone through so much healing, so much rebirth on an internal level. And then we've started the year of air. So it's just been a lot going on in the mind. I mean, and we got Jupiter Gemini in the chart as well, which is honestly my favorite placement when it comes to this year. We're going to see how this goes, guys. Because Jupiter, yeah, check me out. Like in Placidus, guys, holy fucking shit. In Placidus, Jupiter is about to rip through my 10th house this year, guys. And for that, I am excited. Woo! Holy fucking shit, bro. Yeah, it's like things are just going to get good from here on out for Mark, is what it looks like. Because where we start the year, Jupiter is on the midheaven. And then where we end the year, Jupiter is like right on top of my Venus. Oh, sheesh. So the 10th house is going to be lit. This is going to be a good year for my business, good year for my career. My career. And I'm jazzed up, dude. Life is so good, man. Life has been a crazy journey, but I'm glad that I'm here and I stuck with it and I'm riding these waves. Okay. So what else? Completed W3. I found the woman I'm with now, and that was such a blessing. We got together this year because I'm born in, July, almost August. This feels like my new year, but I've been with her since well into 2023, but she's been making this 25th year of my life just amazing. It's great to have good support and good love around you. And, in addition to having her support, I've got an amazing team and, my family. I know where my support is. It's just so beautiful to be surrounded by love, guys. That's a big highlight of this year, is just to be receiving such good love I would also like to include that, this year I learned how to fight. I started taking up martial arts and self-defense, and that totally changed my life and my attitude and my perspective and, how I go through everyday scenarios. It really changed my spirit and it helps me, find more centeredness and peace. And it gives me a challenge and it's a tool to build some discipline. And that's helped my physical journey and my health and my mental health and just everything has been improving in that regard. And, when we talk about astrology and annual timing, my last year, 25, I was in the second house annual profection. I mean, in the second house is a lot about your body and your health and, your vitality, your money, your resources, things of that nature. So that actually kind of leads me to the next point is that I did take a lot of time and energy working on investing and learning how to invest. And, at 25 years old, wow, while the results might not be substantial in quantity, it's just great to be the age that I am and thinking about my future and looking into, how to multiply my assets and how to make the most out of what I'm getting because I'm so grateful to have such meaningful work and purpose and have a platform and a vehicle to interact with the world in a way that I think is good and the universe supports as well. So, if I had to kind of contrast and give you my highlights and lowlights, I would just say that the lowlights was that, with all the work I was doing and moving around and, you know, and the other thing I did is I started Simplified Magic. So I dropped my third course and we are in the process of running through it. So it's a closed circle and, whoever's in it, we're having a fun time going through the transformation. So that in itself was a pretty big a project, pretty big change in my career as well, where after so many years of just teaching astrology and getting into the tarot, I'm actually taking a more specialized role in showing people how to manifest and how to create their dream life, how to will their desires into existence, man. So that has actually changed my mentality and, put my spirit in the space of teaching and mastering principles, really. So, the theme of the year was lock in, tighten up. I did a little reading for myself on the solar return. And, I like to do the spread is arbitrary. I'm not going to explain the spread too much, but the card right in the center, man, that was the Eight of Swords. So they were saying the spirit was saying to me, man, just lock in, lock the fuck in, dude, and see what happens. And it's gonna be great. So I would say, I really intend to live a life with no regrets. But if I had to redo some things, if I had to if I could do things a little better this last year, I would have appreciated the work I was doing already. Sometimes, and I kind of attribute that to spending so much time in the future building, trying to drive myself forward. I kind of missed out on some of the magic this year of the work I'm already doing as far as the consultations and the astrology. It's like, everything goes through cycles and ebbs and flows. And I wanted to put the Eight of Swords right here just for, you know, continuity purposes. That's that shit right there. They said lock the fuck in. Feel like I could have been more present. That's really what I mean. Could have been more accepting on myself, easier on myself, and probably would have started investing earlier, but in divine timing, everything falls into place. What else? I wish I'd expressed myself more for real. And that's kind of my intent moving forward, as I go through the months to months and, pull some cards for myself and let spirit speak to me through this divination session. I just want to set my intentions. And my intention is to live my life to the fullest and to live a life of exemplary will and unconditional love where I can inspire others to unyielding sovereignty. And that's the mission, that's the vision, that's the hope, that's the dream. And I ask spirit to support me. I ask my guides in spirit. I ask the goddess, the god, the great spirit, oh, all the powers of the divine to guide me, watch me, and bless my path as I go on my quest. Jupiter is on this midheaven, guys, and I feel so possessed to give, so inspired, so happy. Like life is really a trip, and I'm just jazzed about it, man. Because let's look at the chart, guys. And I just want to give myself a congratulations, man, for living life because, you know, while it's a beautiful gift, it's not always the easiest. Personal philosophy, I say that life is as beautiful as you make it. It's as, oh my God, I just fucked it up. This is my philosophy. No, the phrase that comes to my mind is, life is as hard as you make it, it's as beautiful as you let it be. So my intent is really let life be beautiful this year. Put the hard work in where it matters, but definitely let life be beautiful. Let life be fun. You feel me? And I was thinking about like, how do I make this video? What should it be about? So I mean, this chart. I'm bearing it all for you guys right here. This is the natal chart. This is me right here. And I know for some people it's really deep and private and secret, but for me it's like whatever. I don't give a fuck. I mean, because I'm a Leo, right? Yeah, look at me. Pay attention to me, man. The more the better. Look at this shit. I did this. Holy shit. Team effort. Yeah. This was awesome. So when I jumped in this bitch, I had the sun at 6 degrees Leo. My angles are lit, man. And I love my chart. As a professional astrologer, guys, I've read a shit ton of charts, hundreds of charts. And my goal is to read over 500 charts this year, at least. So we'll see how that goes. But I've read a fuck ton of charts, guys. And I like mine. Mine is pretty good. I mean, it's me. It's my favorite. Got my moon sign in Libra. I'm a pretty cool dude. Yeah. I got a lot of interesting aspects to the chart. So if you had seen this outside the little double grid, you would see it lit up with aspects and colors, and it's got a whole jumbled mess, but that's me and I like it. Virgo rising. Not only am I a cool dude, I'm a pretty smart dude. I'm pretty fantastic. I got my Mercury in the 12th. And that says that I got a mind that's different. And I really see things through a universal lens. I love reading my chart, man. So what a blessing if you get to watch me looking at myself, man. This is like Narcissus falling into the pool. You got Venus in the 10th in Cancer conjunct Mars. Oh shit. That's really beautiful. Like I would hold up the 10 if that was the high dive. And while that is great for Venus, that is a little bit more difficult for Mars, but I did need some challenge in this life. So, I couldn't be all exemplary. They had to nerf me somewhere. I had to get a debilitated Mars, and that is what it is. But Venus does kind of bring the love into that and make it a little more beautiful. The emotions in my chart are so fucking high, guys. I have so much water. It's insane. It's like the way my chart breaks down, I have basically everything but Earth. Like Saturn and Taurus and my Virgo rising, that's about all the Earth I get. So, this year, I'm really feeling consolidation. A recurring theme of my life, my lessons has been to just be practical and patient and, honor my foundations and limits and grow within those. So, this is the work this year, guys, is just to put my head down, lock the fuck in, and not get distracted, simplify, consolidate, and really just focus on what the fuck matters. So I feel a renewed sense of purpose, a renewed sense of passion since this last week, just kind of retrospecting, having this window of existence, this solar return. Oh my goodness, it feels so good. And this feels so much better than the year in review. This is the year in review, but it's a way better year in review than the last ones. I'm pretty sure I cried in my last year in review, and it was like sad tears, man. But this time I'm fucking happy. I'm jazzed. I'm smiling. I cried happy tears today, by the way, dude. I was literally like, wow, I'm so excited. Like my life is full of so much love. I'm so blessed. My heart is singing. It's so good, you know. So my Venus is happy. I got dude, like I've been studying astrology for a long ass time, you guys know, but the studying never stops, right? So, like, some of the studies I've been getting into recently is more predictive work and how to work with the transit and progression and the solar return. And man, this solar return is crazy. I think it's also pretty auspicious to see Venus in the sign of my sun. So, that's going to be pretty cool. But more about me. Let's keep going. We got Jupiter in the seventh house of Pisces. Oh, that's beautiful. That makes my intuition out of this world. And that also says that, on to me, what that says is that my vision is about blessing this world. It's about helping the universe and being an offering for God. So by trusting my intuition, my higher channels, I'll always be inspired towards my divine purpose, which I think is pretty beautiful. And I got Saturn and Taurus, guys, at the third degree in the eighth house. And, this is pretty crazy in my opinion. I read so many other people's charts, but I just want to tell y'all, man, when it comes to my Saturn, my obligations, my fears, it has a lot to do with nourishment, health, and value, is what I'm thinking. It's how I perceive it. And this can sometimes feel like delays in money or success or power. But I honestly feel like with Saturn governing understanding, that's really the deeper meaning of my life, is to understand how to work with value and, self-love and self-reliance and even the earth on some level, the planet in the spirit of the ecosystem. And to develop intangible resources so this material world doesn't hold power over me or others. That's really what I feel like Saturn has been teaching me on some level, So while stability may have been kind of slow for the Saturn and Taurus, it is going to be sure and steady and unremovable, irrevocable. And I'm like a Sun square Saturn person, guys. So I can't tell you how many times I've looked at these transits and looked at my life and been like, fuck, I just wish I could be like 30 and wish that I could be more mature, older, just see how life is at that point. And today I was eating, brunch with my girl, and as we were about to leave, they actually there were people behind us leaving and getting out the restaurant, and I didn't see their faces, but I could overhear their conversation, and it sounded like older women, and one of them was talking about their arthritis in their hip and their cane, and I was just like, damn. I also think I need to appreciate my health, my vitality, my longevity. I got a long ass life ahead of me with this eighth house Saturn, so I'm gonna make sure that I really focus on my health like I've been doing and take care of this fucking body, man, because it's the only one I have right now in this form. So we're gonna appreciate it. And let's get into these outer planets, guys, because this gives context to the solar return. I have Uranus and Neptune in the fifth house of Aquarius, guys. And you know, these two, they travel pretty close in a lot of people's charts. I mean, just in general, I should say the cycle had a pretty good run together. So I see a lot of people having like Neptune and Uranus even in Capricorn too. And like the delineation's kind of the same, to change the world and to unify the world, or the people. Either way it goes, Saturn is the ancient ruler of Aquarius. So that's kind of how I get the keywords in here. And with this being in my fifth house, my whole life, you could probably imagine I've been kind of an eccentric and different and, vibrant person, and kind of a fucking weirdo with Uranus in the mix. And then with the Neptune there, it's like, that makes me very sensitive and intuitive and empathic and, kind of secretive as well. And I do like privacy. I do like to kind of disappear. And, this, I honestly feel like this also gives me like an innocence and a beauty, and it helps me identify with damn near everything, which is a beautiful thing. But also like prominent Neptune, some people probably know in their chart listening in, it can make you kind of wonder, who the fuck are you, and like, do you exist? How, prove it then. Like, come on, man, substantiate that claim with evidence. I bet you can't. So yeah, that shit is opposing my sun every day. I'm a weird dude. Guys, look at all the like hard angles to my sun. That's how I got this strong. That's how I got this beautiful, for real. Is that my sun has like all this bullshit. And like what that basically means is I gotta deal with all of my own bullshit. Are you serious? Yeah, it's like that, dude. Damn. Okay. But that's that diamond in the rough, man. A lot of my life I feel like I've been scraping along like hard objects and shit. But yeah, that's how I got that shine. You know how it is. And what else we got? We got Pluto and Sagittarius. And the third, my mind is really different, y'all. And this is definitely the way that I am growing as a soul, is through my perception, through the knowledge I have. And Pluto in the third inevitably showed me my role as a teacher. So I really love this placement because it gives a depth to my perceptions and makes me question things. And I seek answers out even on an unconscious level, and this has filled me. I don't know anything, and neither will I know everything, but I found a lot of answers, man, because I've really pondered and have a lot of questions. So, I think a lot about my life, man. You can imagine with the 12th house Mercury, we've had a few existential crises with this Pluto, but I feel like if I were to be taken out of this world, like even years ago, I would be pretty happy with my life because of how many people I've gotten to affect and touch. And I just feel like if anything has reflected to me as purpose, that's parallel, the ability to empower others and share resources. So this year, I just really want to focus on doing that to the best of my ability and just want to transform and open up as many people's minds as possible. And I think really what that's going to take is for me to make more fucking content, guys, and to really stop bitching out about it and just do it. Just do it, just do it, just do it. Just forget all the other shit. Just lock into all the things I'm already doing, keep myself focused, and live like a monastic, consistent life, but have fun as fuck as I do it. Like simplify, take a lot of the bullshit off the table, and then I can have a good time on the table with it being nice and clear. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good time. And then Pluto, bro, this is some crazy shit, man. This is why I have existential crises, y'all. I have Pluto square the north node, Pluto square the south node. And you know, um, honestly, I feel like that middle, that crisis is just me being overwhelmed with my emotions for real. Just me having like, I'm an old soul, guys. And even if that's wrong, even if I'm a complete lunatic and life has only been one round for me, dude, I have so much fucking emotion in this life, dude. And sometimes, you know, my purpose is something I want to run from, to be quite honest. And that's really the South Node Pisces. That's something that a lot of people would not be happy or excited or proud to admit. And I don't think it's the most glamorous, but just in spirit of loving, accepting, and embracing and integrating my life. That's the fucking truth, guys. South Node and Pisces in the sixth house. Like this would even indicate, if I were to see this on someone else's chart, man, that there's patterns of escape. There's patterns of sacrifice or taking on too much or victimization, that Pisces energy, you know? And what's confusing about my nodes, guys, for me personally, is being a Virgo rising, having the 12th sign in the sixth house and the sixth sign in the 12th house. It's like where you're going looks like exactly where the fuck you've been. But the blessing here is that the ruler of my north node is on my north node. So really like the map read as a map just says, man, make it make sense and just go forward, whatever you think is forward, have new experiences. So it's like spiritual work is inevitable for someone like me with this 12th house north node in Virgo. The work being Virgo, the 12th house being spiritual. So love that shit. And in this solar return chart, I'm sure you guys see this shit, but I got the north node being transited by Mercury. And Mercury is the thinker, it's the inventor, it's the scientist. And I really think with Mercury on my north node, guys, this is another theme. Like I said, a year of simplification, a year of configuration, of calibration towards purpose. This is about me running diagnostics on my soul, my spirit, and really uh in the physical world as well. Like one of my intentions, it's not too secret to share. It is sacred, but I don't have to keep it secret because you guys will see this for real. But is to you know, improve all my courses as much as I can and do another round for all the existing ones, you know, and just see how we can do it. In these courses, like all my lifetime members, you guys know you have lifetime access. So the longer we live, you know, and the more concise and detailed we can bring information, the more I'm going to share with you guys. So my intent is just to revise, update, and expand and lock in with my community and make sure everybody's getting the best results they possibly can, and just start working on really the quality of the craft, and then we can start increasing the quantity as well. Because I feel like the foundation, the base, like especially with that last course, Simplified Magic, I feel like I've got a good web built and good foundation, and we can start, you know, testing it and then building on top of it. Very cool. So what else we got? Um, Solar return, we got the moon in Taurus, and that's pretty beautiful. So the moon loves Taurus. The moon is exalted in Taurus. That's a really good sign off the rip. I'm going to pull significators for myself, guys, and we can get this card reading going. And I want to see really what's going on for your boy. I'm pulling out my King of Wands because that's me. So the moon in Taurus is about 10 degrees away from Uranus. So this looks like a pretty comfortable, bountiful year. Going to be pretty chill and unbothered for the majority of it while we're making steady gains. Moon in the ninth house, that's expansion, that's growth. The moon is square my Mars and Venus, which is kind of an aspect I have in my. Oh no, is it? I'm tripping. This was yesterday, wasn't it? Hold up, wait a second, Mark. What are you talking about? No, it's not. It's not square my Mars and Venus. It's loosely square my sun, is what I meant to say. So that's pretty cool. I like that. It's in conjunct my natal moon. So I mean, I said unbothered, but this might be a pretty emotional year as well with that moon aspect. I mean, let me be honest, man. Every year's been an emotional year with this fucking natal chart. But that's a good thing. I'm thankful for my emotions. I think the Taurus moon looks like a pretty auspicious symbol of growth, and I like that. We talked about Mercury on the North Node. I really feel like that's gonna get me dialed in, locked in. I'm gonna I'm gonna really be winning at the end of the year. I can see it already. Just taking that systematic approach towards success, it's impossible not to win. Sometimes when I say a double negative, I like think about it for a second. I'm like, did that make sense? Impossible not to win. Yeah, it sounds right. All right, and what else we got? We got Venus in the sign of my sun. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, so love and money and power comes to me this year. Oh, yes, all the things that I like. Exactly. Right. This was the weird thing I was seeing is that Mars opposite my Pluto in the solar return chart. So Mars and Gemini, I like this. Mars and Gemini really feels like um strengthening the mind and cleansing the environment. This looks like the power of perception. And with the Mars Pluto opposition, this anything with Pluto cannot be taken at face value, of course. It's very infinitely deep and complex and yada yada yada. So the way I thought about this moon, and this kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, like as an astrologer, personally or publicly, professionally or privately, I think a lot of people they do kind of want to know the implications of the information, like, is this a good thing or a bad thing? And I'm gonna tell you, I mean, this thing, um, I'd be lying if I said that it didn't spook me out a little bit. And I found peace with it. I appreciate this and embracing it. Can't change it, of course, but Mars Pluto, it just talks about power and aggression and those two things coming together. And with me being a kickboxer and a fighter now and embracing that, it's like I can tell this is gonna be I'm gonna be locked in there in the gym and I'm gonna be learning a lot and be doing a lot of protection on my body and stretching my body and just listening to my limits and being a good training partner for those around me so I can also, earn that good grace with others and, avoid injury or accident and, be kind and protective of the people around me as well. I'm seeing that as well. And also, on a more energetic level, I really feel like the beautiful thing I'm going to get is just a real cleanse and revitalization of my soul with this one right here. And that'll manifest as me being a lot more powerful. And, Pluto Mars can even talk about parasitic energies. So I just really feel like a cleanse is coming for me this year. Because what happens on your solar return, guys, it kind of reverberates until the end of the year, into the beginning of the next solar return. So this is very important. And I'm gonna be honest, guys, I'm still working on how to use Astro. What I'm not even using it's not even calling it the right thing. It's called Solar Fire, whatever the fuck this is, So I don't know. I could figure it out really quick, but I didn't know exactly how to pull up my progression on this one because I usually check it on my phone. But my progression chart is also pretty interesting. So I just want to say, guys, like my progressed moon is at the 29th degree of Virgo right now in like over 50 minutes, something like that. So like at the end of this first week of my 26th year, my progressed moon will move into Libra, where it was when I was born. And then, for a couple years, I'll have my moon in Libra. So I really feel like, this year is going to feel amazing. It's going to be great. It's going to bless me in a lot of ways, shapes, and forms. So yeah, and I'm gonna go month through month, and I want to get like a card for a month. After I talk about all these planets too, we got Jupiter transiting my 10th, and I just heard it fly through my mind, guys, because my mind is like a wind tunnel. Before I say, well, I guess it kind of goes back and forth. Both the planets are in Gemini, Mars, and Jupiter, but I feel like I'm be writing my pain down a lot, sharing that shit, and either they're purging it, sharing it with the universe, purging, burning it, or this might end up being shared with the world collectively. As a storyteller, I appreciate being able to connect with the world. Yeah, I got a lot to let out. And Jupiter hitting the 10th house cusp, dude, this feels beautiful because it's just expansion in career. It gives a calling to give. And that's beautiful. It's a revitalization, a breath of fresh air. It's wind in the sails. Jupiter on the 10th is expansion of limits. And this could also mean recognition, um, fame and success. So, I mean, that's the linear trajectory, guys. If you really think about how I have a foundation that I really like and it serves and it's useful, that I can refine it and work on integration and results, and then work on the packaging and beauty, and then just step up the advertising and exposure. And then I can go from reaching hundreds to thousands to reaching millions and really making an even bigger difference on the world and letting that reverberation compound growth effect perpetuate itself. And Fire Family, that's the real point of this fucking mission, is to stay inspired, act intentionally, and then light that flame inside of other people. That's the fucking motive, guys. So really, I just want to be the best leader I can possibly be when it comes to this year. And I think the blessings are going to be profound as we do this. And I also see the moon trine in my Jupiter, and that means expect good things. I'm feeling optimistic, and I just know this is going to be a blessed path. Moon trine, or I'm sorry, yeah, it's forming this grand air trine. The moon trine Uranus, Uranus trine the natal Jupiter. There's going to be huge blessings and expansion in the career and in my personal life. This triangle is magic. So what else we got? We got Saturn kicking off with a retrograde on my descendant. You could also interpret that as opposing the ascendant, but I'd say most astrologers, from what I've heard, would say you prefer the former. This is transiting my descendant. So this means like structuring and revision within my relationships, and that's beautiful. That's nice. That feels like inevitably just more peace in the world, more peace with myself. As far as Saturn opposing the descendant, I just feel like this is a lot of character development, a lot of work on myself, a lot of getting my shit together this year. And one thing I saw in my reading for myself the other day was the 10 of Cups in reverse. And I felt like that's the unhappiness card, and just the depression and the sadness card and the hopelessness card. And, this angle sucks, but it's great. And I'm grateful for it. And I hate complaining, and I'm slapping myself on the wrist for it. But I just wanted a way to express that this shit does indicate some difficulties. And shame on me for creating them myself with those words. But that's the principle, guys, is this year realizing that I am the master of my destiny. The same should I tell people and teach them to apply these principles and use that knowledge as willfully and skilled as I possibly fucking can. That's the message for me this year. And just to remember that life can be super hard if I forget that I create my paradigms, you know? And like I said, locked in, being on point at all times, man. Like Saturn opposing the ascendant on the descendant really feels like getting things in divine order, starting with myself, looking at the man in the mirror and just making sure that I'm all right, that I'm the person that I admire, so I can give that to the fucking world, because anything less would be ludicrous. All right. And ripping people, not just myself off, but others off as well. So let's not do that. So Uranus is transiting Taurus. You know how that goes. Aspects in conjunction with the natal Lilith. So that's stirring some shit up deep inside of me. That's what I'm going to leave off on that. Neptune is transiting my Jupiter in a retrograde right around the time that Pluto started transiting my Neptune. So that's been crazy, guys. Like, I'm living this life, and like I said, sometimes I feel like I want to be older. I wish I was more like old, more mature, because with all the shit hitting my outer planet, sometimes I really do feel like I'm ahead of my time. And I don't mean that to be facetious or like to just stroke my ego, but it just feels like so much is going to change within my lifetime. I feel like I will be more firmly integrated in the future, which is, I think, the inevitable part of the process. So I guess to even hear myself say what I'm saying, it feels like this year, if I could trust and love the process more, that would be imperative. That'd be key. That'd be really beautiful. If I can just lean into life with more acceptance, and I think we will have a lot more fun. So, gang, this is the solar return chart of the year. 1 year from now, it is looking like this. So, Saturn will move its ass out of Pisces. Pluto doesn't move up too much. Lilith and Scorpio. My nodal reversal will be coming up in a couple years. All right, let's go through it month by month because I could do this all day. I like this video. And this is really just a way for me to hear myself talk, for me to hear spirit talk through me. So if anybody's out there listening to this, more what on you, more power to you. Good on you is what I think I meant to say. I hope you're enjoying it. I pulled some significators. We got the magician. We got the magician and the king of wands. That's my energy. So let's do 12 cards, 12 months. Or maybe like 12 houses. However we want to do it. This is numero uno. This is the month of July. Yeah, we'll do it month by month. Cool. So this is the first month of my year. If I don't like these cards, I'm not going to really listen to them, just so you guys know. And I'm sure most people are the same way when they get any card reading, even if they really are leaning into it with faith and belief. Because you really shouldn't believe any message that doesn't empower you. But I just think it'd be kind of interesting to be watching this a year from now and see what I got. So that's also kind of why I'm doing this. Sometimes when I film these videos, my camera moves in a different corner. So like when I'm watching this right now, I'm on the bottom left, but I've seen sometimes it just puts me on the top right. So I hope I'm on the bottom left because the time is on the top right. So I might be covering it, but if that's the case, I'll let it be known that this is the chart for July of 2024. What's the message for me, Spirit? What's the message for the first month of my year? What's it about? What's it about? Thanks for this beautiful year in the 25 laps around the sun and all the fun we've had. Can I get a one card for my birthday? What I got? What I got? What I got? The Four of Swords. So the first card says rest. That's card numero uno. That's about peace. The card is truce. Jupiter Libra energy is feeling nice and chill. So I feel a lot of peace energy coming from the beginning of this year. And I love it. And then number two, the second month. So let's move forward. In the second month of the year, Jupiter will cross into my 10th house. Saturn moves back into my 6th house. We got Mercury moving in the 12th. What happened? Oh, it's the retrograde. I was tripping. I was like, what the hell? How did Mercury move backwards? Mercury retrograde. I was like, what? What? No, okay, it happens. I should know this. I tell you all this shit. I got lost for a second. Okay. But yeah, a month from now, Mercury will be like stationing on my 12th house cusp. That's crazy. What else we got? Mars and Jupiter in my 10th. We got, that's basically everything of note. Venus going through my first. So the first card, or I should say the second card for the second month. This is about passion, action. grabbing the world by the balls and squeezing that shit, man. And being like, get the fuck out of my way. This is my world. And I'm gonna do what I want. I have the scepter. I am the ram. Bitch, get out my way. That's what that says. After I wake up, I'm hopping out the bed and I'm about to get swinging on this world, man. I'm about to be going daisy crazy. Swear. So the next month, so that was like the end of August. This is the end of September. So you can see the sun is in Libra and we're going through my first house. And we're going house by house, man. I start with the 11, I go through the 12th. So I'm like kind of thinking about this. This is crazy. Yeah, so I start here. So as I move into the 12th, I'm going through rest, which makes sense. As I move into the ascendant, hold up. Yeah, as I move into my first, I'm kicking ass. And that's how that works. And yeah, so now that I'm in the third month, because it'd be like end of July, end of August, and now that it's the end of September, this is going to be the start of my third month. And I like this chart. Ooh, let me tell you about it really quick, and then we'll look at the card. And I'm not going to do reversals. I'm going to do them upright. So I've got Mars and I got my Mars return. I've got the sun going through my first Libra energy. It's all beautiful. Venus and Scorpio. Jupiter is still in my 10th. Uranus is retrograde. What else we got? Neptune is getting closer to my Jupiter. I see that. So the card is I'm like just taking it in. The card is the Seven of Wands. So that's about fighting. That's about power. It's about valor. It's about me doing my thing, about standing up, standing on business. So I'll probably just be sparring my ass off and standing 10 toes down, continuing the work. It said I was whooping ass, and it looks like I'm whooping ass. That was confirmation for what I said earlier. I'm gonna be whooping ass, guys. That's literally what it said. So, what up next? We got my fourth month. Oh my goodness. So this is gonna move the sun into Scorpio. This is the end of October. This is the 28th of October. So Mars is still in Cancer. Jupiter is going retrograde in my 10th house. A lot of this other shit is still retrograde. Venus is moving into my third, almost. Well, Venus is going to move into my fourth house. I'm going to do these all upright. I don't want to do any reversals. So we got justice. That's peace and order. That's beauty and balance. I like that. I like that a lot. Damn. So I got Lilith going to my moon at that point. When I said I wasn't taking reversals, I think that I'm going back on my word almost. Just even acknowledging that the card was flipped upright, you know? Libra energy, there's my Libra right there. I've got Lilith transiting my moon around that time. So, I mean, good, bad, ugly, beautiful, up, down, left, right, sideways, whatever the fuck way it goes, justice, peace, balance is going to be the result of this transit energy of the moon going through, of the black moon nourishing my moon. We're going to love that. So that's the fourth month as we go through Scorpio, and I like it. So this is the fifth month. And that's crazy, man. We got the sun conjunct Pluto and Mars conjunct my sun. Oh my goodness. And if we see right here that Lilith is right on that moon, like we talked about. What else we got going on? The retrogrades are still hitting. At that point, we'll have Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune. Saturn went direct. Pluto went direct. Venus is in Capricorn. That sounds auspicious for business. It's our fifth month about. What's this card about? I'm speaking blessings over my year, guys. This is going to be a blessed year. I've realized a lot in my career as a spiritualist, guys, that life really does unfold according to your words and perceptions. So I see that I'm going to be resting. So that's kind of crazy because that's the angular houses. Like the first one is the ascendant, or I'm sorry, the 12th. What am I saying, Mark? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm about to pull the 5. Okay, I get what I'm saying. Let me just end that thought. Sometimes I decide to hop off my train of thought, and that's okay. It doesn't have to hit a destination. We can just get on another train, which is ultimately what that happened. AKA, I misspoke, and we're not going to continue that thought. One, two, three, four. Maybe I didn't misspeak. Maybe I'm second guessing myself. I have to find the words to even put them in the video. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about because I've yet to communicate. This is a weird, like, bro, my cognition. All right, the next card. Fuck yeah, that looks like money. The King of Pentacles. So I might actually back this up just to make sure like the continuity is correct. So boom, we started my birthday, moving into the 12th house, that's rest. Then we move into the first, that's Aries, that's kicking ass. Moving into the second, that's valor, that's me standing on business, putting the work in. Moving into my third, that's balance, that's Libra, that's justice. Moving into my fourth, this is money, stability, business booming, dude. I love to see that. Looks like Mars is going retrograde. That's crazy. Yeah, because I'm a fire sign, so this will be the fifth one. So boom, this is my fifth card. The Sagittarius season. It took me a second to kind of like line this up. Yeah, July, August, September, October, and then November. Boom. So this is about the end of November. Basically the beginning of Sagittarius, moving into December. Is going to be a lot of money, success. It's the King of Pentacles. That's going to say business is going to be booming. By the end of the year, I'm going to be big balling, shot calling. Things are going to be different around here, man. And I like to see that, you know, the black moon going through my second house, that's auspicious. That's promising. That's going to say that, you know, it's going to be decadent. It's going to be rich. It's going to be beautiful. The blessings that I'm receiving. And I'm fucking excited. I cannot wait. Pluto direct. Yeah, stay the fuck out of Capricorn, Pluto. I'm tired of that shit. Leave me the fuck alone. That's what Capricorn said. Don't come back for another 250 years, bitch. I've had enough of you. Get out of my house. What are you doing in my swamp? So I got the Fool coming out for month 6. Oh yeah. It's gonna be a fresh start, a fresh rebirth. Because that's gonna be me moving into the new year. 2025, look alive. It's going to be great. Saturn direct. We got the node switching signs as well, which is going to be pushing into my nodal reversal. It'll take the whole transit with my nodes being at the beginning, you know, but getting close. That's how it goes. What else we got? Mars goes retrograde this year in the sign of Leo. So I'll see a retrograde over my sun. Wonder, I got to check the ephemeris. I don't know how far it's going to go basically, but yeah, it looks like new beginnings for me this year. I don't know what that means basically, but I'm here for it. I like it. So now we're going into the 7th month, and this will be the 7th card. So this is the end of January, moving into February. I've got Venus conjunct my Jupiter in transit. We got Mars retrograding back into Cancer. I got myself moving forward. This is the 6 of Swords. So science, inventing, building. That's really cool. Yeah, I like that because like that's the half of the year. That's the midpoint where we start in the year is rest and reflection and relaxation even. And then at the half point, we're going to be just moving on forward, sailing in a good direction. Just a system strategy and sequential improvements. That's the key there in Aquarius season. When it comes to Pisces, yeah, that was right. Yeah, when it comes to Pisces, let's see what that's about. We got the Page of Cups. I mean, that's pretty Pisces, if you ask me. Gonna be having a fun time creating, imagining, just being playful, lighthearted. Yeah, because then I get Mars going direct, going over my natal Venus Mars. I'm gonna be feeling good. That's when I get my Lilith return too. Within, well, that should be in the Aquarius month. But yeah, I'll be coming off the Lilith return. I'm gonna be feeling good. And hey, that's crazy. Now that I'm looking at this, because I'm gonna have the North Node transiting my Jupiter in that month. So that's cool. Yeah, this is gonna make me happy and it's gonna make me grow and can't complain about that, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we're hitting the back half of the wheel, guys. So that was Pisces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the ninth card, it's a fire sign. That adds up, yeah. So Aries season. This is the end of March going into Aries season. And I see Jupiter is direct. It's sitting right on my fucking midheaven. Dude, that's the crazy thing. It's just so promising. Like with the retrograde, I know you guys saw it, but because I'm a 15-degree Gemini midheaven, and we're starting at like 13, 14 with Jupiter, I'm gonna be having Jupiter in my 10th like the whole fucking year, which is really like what I'm excited to be watching over this year, truly. And so that month, the ninth month of my year, I'm gonna be seeing Jupiter go back in the 10th, North Node go over my Jupiter, Mars return again, Lilith ingresses into Scorpio, and what else we got? The Venus Neptune conjunction, guys. That's profound beauty. I bet me and my girl are gonna be doing something crazy, something beautiful, just sitting on a beach somewhere around then. I would not doubt it. Having a great time. I bet I become a millionaire this year. We got strength coming out, and this is the month of Aries. So that's just me being myself. That's a good energy. That's Leo energy. That's about getting stronger, getting swole, getting super fit, biceps and pecs all ripped out, my calves looking like the size of a, I don't want to say a baseball bat because bigger than that, man. Like a like a GMO pineapple, man. Like some shit you never see come off a tree. Like, holy fuck, bro. You got like pineapples for calves, but they look like SpongeBob's house. Oh fuck, dude. If it was like a real thing. I'm about to rewind this shit one more time because I'm like just I'm slow and procedural sometimes. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Okay, yeah, boom. This makes sense. So now this is the end of April, all right? And this is Taurus season. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This will be the 10th card, the 10th month, because we're gonna go Taurus is 10, Gemini would be 11, Cancer would be 12, and then we end up back at Leo at the 12th. That's exactly right. Yeah, just had to think about it for a second. Okay, so this is cool. What we got again? We got damn. Okay, so this is just like, I like this video. This is fun. I'm probably gonna do it more like this, but maybe next time use the progression chart as well. But it's kind of like a subdivided solar return reading for me, where I get to do like a every month from the solar return. I think this would be the best way to do it because I'm literally just going by the month, but maybe I could like do it next time with the 6-degree sun, but I don't know if that's even necessary. This is like intuitive, speculative, but also, this is kind of the science of astrology as well on some level where you test and hypothesize and try to use whatever data you actually have at your disposal. So 10, the 10th month. What do we got? Jupiter still going through my 10th because I'm lit. I got Sun conjunct Mars, Mars conjunct the Sun, I should say. Um, you know, when the Sun goes through Taurus, it crosses over my Saturn, and that makes me feel like a big boss, or it gets me like kind of existential for real, where I'm like, damn, what am I doing? And I feel like because my Sun is aspected by Saturn, like the Sun conjunct Saturn is like my birthday type shit, where I think about like when this happens, when I see this happening, usually I'm thinking about my whole year ahead, my whole year behind, and just like I'm very reflective with the Saturn, thinking about building. So we'll see how it goes. We're gonna have Jupiter being transited by my Saturn at this time as well. Or I'm sorry, my Jupiter is gonna be transited by Saturn. And at this point, that's right after Venus transited it as well. So that's cool. Those archetypes coming together are very stabilizing and consolidating. It's integrating. I really like. Jupiter and Saturn, we're gonna have the square this year in transit with Jupiter square Saturn. And the square is kind of a difficult aspect, but I've in the Saturn and Jupiter kind of like opposite energies to begin with. So I feel like, this year is going to be very integrative as a whole for everybody. And I'm grateful to see myself even getting like a personal Jupiter Saturn conjunction that should really help me make the most out of these energies. And this should add stability to my career. This should expand my career, should add structure to my beliefs, help me build more faith, help me understand my dreams. All right, card in my lap. We got the High Priestess. Yeah, so that's really about going within. That's the path of initiation. So, damn, that's crazy. I'm thinking about Temple of Witchcraft too, because yeah, that should be around my initiation, because I'm like, I should be initiating into the fourth year and moving into the fifth around then. So continuing my magical path, yeah, it should be like that. If my math is mathing right, I might be in that liminal space between like 4 and 5 around that time. So that should look like a time of deepening into the tree and climbing up my path, and embracing the ministry, embracing the great work, living the path. Let's move on. This is month 11. So this is May, end of May, sun moving into Gemini. So yeah, we can see it in the chart. We've got Saturn moving into Aries and Neptune moving the fuck into Aries. Let's go. Bro, I've bitched enough about Neptune and Pisces. And I know Neptune's home in Pisces and this is regular and dignified and shit, but fuck this polluted trash, lost ass, disgusting, isolated, self-justifying, blind ass, stupid ass, regressive ass. I can't even say the word because this world is so that fucking stupid. And we create this world collectively. And I feel like Neptune in Aries is just going to be a breath of fresh air because all the trash is going to get incinerated through this cycle. I know this might sound woo woo and weird, and the whole thing about astrology is woo woo and weird. But when we get into the concept of Neptune and the culture and the collective dream and the intangible ideals that we wish to manifest, man, Neptune in Pisces is a beautiful thing. It's the spirit of transcendence and integration and unity and um exemplary beauty and perfection. And that's cool. And it is also kind of crazy, man, for a lot of purposes. So I think what I'm excited about this one is just the fucking change, to be honest. Like, really, when it comes to these outer planets, they do add language and nuance to the experiences that we have. But when you get that far in the solar system, me personally, I kind of feel like it does reflect the fact and the fact that meaning is subjective and it's all put in higher context. So it's like all of these transits serve a function for the God self or the oversoul or the divine will as a whole. So like what I mean by that now is that Neptune in Aries is really not any different than Neptune in Pisces type shit. But it's just gonna say like our dreams will be different and it'll be more about dividing as opposed to unifying. And I honestly am ready for this shit, man, because I've been working on myself and my evolution and my growth personally. So it's like the want to be unified is great. And this kind of why I'm bitching about Neptune and Pisces, because it's like this need for transcendence and unconditional love and spirituality and beauty and perfection and stuff. It's like that's great and it's amazing and it's beautiful to accept these moments. But when you are really about change, it almost feels like the opposite of embrace. So it's like we need both of the energies. Let's not forget that. But I just really feel like Neptune and Aries is going to really renew a lot of people's spirits. That's been kind of a theme of this whole reading, getting your spirit refreshed. That's the intention I want to hold. I want pure fire. I want straight gasoline. I want a steady fucking line of flame. And that's what I'm excited to see with Neptune and fucking Aries. On the Aries point, it's about a vision into your destiny, a vision into your dreams. It's about the picture of the evolutionary cycle. If you really think about that shit, archetypally speaking. So that's what it is. Because, like, honestly, let me be even more eloquent and elaborate and detailed and say that the Neptune transiting the last edge of Pisces, going through the final, like, the thing about Neptune, planet of transcendence, like boundlessness, circles. It's got an almost perfectly circular orbit in the last part of the circle. The circle has no beginning or end, but we kind of designate Aries as the beginning, Pisces at the end. So it's like Neptune and Pisces is this like nihilistic apathy, and I fucking had it, dude. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this shit, bro. For real. With this South Node Pisces, I cannot fucking stand this shit, bro. I hate it. I hate it so fucking much. I want it gone. I love it too, man, but I'm just done with it. I'm so fucking done of having like the need to want to escape shit. Oh, and what that is a natural phenomenon, a universal phenomenon. So what I'm also learning on a practical level is that, like, for me to overcome and integrate that experience, I have to find ways to create and supersede that feeling. And that's what it is. So yeah, we got the 11th month, and that's Gemini, and we got Neptune doing his fucking thing, Saturn doing his thing, hell yeah. Venus also there in Aries, that's promising. We got Mars going through Leo. We got Jupiter finishing up, maybe. Yeah, Jupiter finishing up the Gemini. Still in my 10th house, bitch. Let's go. Yeah, I like that. All right, let me pull another one. I'll be counting them every time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is number 11. And then we'll go to 12. Thank you, Spirit, for giving me the opportunity to live. I want to give thanks to the holiest herself, Santissima Muerte, the holiest death, the angel of death, the woman of many faces and names who allows life in my form to exist in its beautiful face. It is worth celebrating. So, hey, month 11 says celebration, man. Celebration, celebration. It's a good time. And I'm pretty jazzed about it, man. Because I really just want to be happy, man. I really thought about my goals. I wrote them down. But the first thing I wrote down, guys, because I really took time to think about it, I was like, I just want to be happy. That was number one goal, and I'm sharing it with you, happy. So it looks like I'm going to be happy. If I can just choose what to be, which I know I can, that's what I'm going to be. When I grow up, I'm going to be happy. Fuck yeah, dude. All right, so let's go into the 12th month. Gemini is a good time, man. I'm going to be honest. Like, you guys met Geminis, right? Geminis are fun. They're really cool. So this is going to be the 12th month of my year, the last month of me being 26, and I'm fucking jazzed about it. And I haven't even been 26 for more than like like a day. Oh man. So we got Mars in my 12th house, and it's gonna hit my ascendant probably within the month. Yeah, within the month. Fuck yeah. Yeah. So Mars gonna cross my ascendant that month. Yeah, we going through like my Pisces season as I'm going through Cancer. So this is the end of June. Let's be clear. End of June going into the Cancer season. So we got the sun in Cancer. We got Jupiter in Cancer as well. And Jupiter will end up on my Venus. So I'm also man, we got to do a 13th card, of course, once we get into the next one. And let's see, what's up with Cancer season? So we got, Saturn in the first degree of Aries. And it looks like they're going to be stationing retrograde or switching their direction, basically. At the end of the month, they'll be, so they're not making too much forward movement in that month, but they are there. And we've got, oh my God, what? Bruh, this is the month where Uranus moves into Gemini. Holy fucking shit. That's going to be a crazy month because Venus is going to transit into my 10th and Uranus is going to go into Gemini uh, as I approach my solar return. Holy fucking shit. We got Lilith transiting my Chiron that month. South node getting close to my ascendant. Same thing with the descendant in the opposite position. So let's just see what the 12th month is given. What's the card as the sun goes through Cancer? And then I'm going to do a couple cards for the next solar return, kind of see what is given. Didn't come out, but I just saw the star card flip up for a second. I like seeing that. Dude, I'm having fun. Life is good. I'm learning how to have more fun. And it makes me happy. But I just get to be myself. And that gets to be a thing that helps the world. That's what's up. Hell yes, bro. So I got the Queen of Pentacles coming out. I got the King and the Queen of Pentacles coming out in my spread. And that's me and my woman. That's me and Sophia. That's my beautiful baby. And that's me looking rich as a bitch. And that's her looking rich as a bitch. And we drinking mimosas and shit. I almost said samosas and shit. That must be something new. I never heard about that shit. But the Queen of Pentacles, that also might look like buying property or some shit like that. Like balling out, getting money. Investing in something physical, tangible. I like that. I mean, this is going to be a rich year. That's what I see. You know, so as far as annual perfections goes, dude, I do have the Pluto getting activated. So I'm going to get wealthy and powerful this year. I tell you what. So check out this next solar return. I'm actually going to move it up to the minute, even though it should be on this day. Because I'll probably stay in the same geographic area relatively. So this is subject to change in case I don't. I could be traveling on my solar return. Who knows? But this is the next year when I turn 27. I'm going to have this solar return. And it's going to be the sun on my sun, of course, the moon in Virgo conjunct Mars. That feels, I mean, you know, with me having the progressed moon in Virgo for like the last couple years, I'm not too fucking worried about this shit, man. But it does feel kind of like hurts my stomach looking at it. The minute it feels like I need to run to the bathroom for real. Like that shit is crazy. And I feel, well, I don't have to feel it. I see Mercury retrograde on my sun damn near. So that's gonna be a good year because I'm gonna get my mind right, even more right than it already is. That's what that looks like. This is very subjective. I wonder how I'm going to feel about it at the end of the year. We got Venus going through the 10th as well. That's Gemini. So that's going to be another good year in career, another good year for my finances and, you know, my business and my status and my social media, getting the ministry and the message out to more people. And you also got Jupiter transiting the Venus. So it's just going to be me getting more beautiful and getting more happy and having more fun and being more creative and just getting so much creativity out and me being a big baller and people looking at me like, damn, how did he get so baller? And they're just going to have to scratch their heads like nobody knows because that shit was literally magic. We got Mars in Virgo. So I think Mars in Virgo is going to be about just cutting out the bullshit even more. I might be more serious as time goes on. I kind of see it happening, you know, just being more mature, more powerful, living my best life. Mars hitting the ascendant. Rebirth, man. That's beautiful. What else we got? We got Jupiter. Yeah, we got Saturn in the fucking sign of Aries, man. So like when I think about, and especially with Neptune in here, I just feel like this is perfect energy for building your dream life, man. I really am gonna see all my dreams come true in this one year. I see it. I'm claiming it. I'm making it happen. That's what I'm having for dinner tonight. I have Uranus opposing my Pluto. So that's just going to be activation of my soul. I know Mars kind of has me pointing at it, pushing my energy towards it, but I really feel like at the end of next year, yeah, we're going to be starting that activation for real. I mean, and let's actually look at it for a second with the year cuz the year after that is going to be even more opposite. Oh my goodness, when I turn 28. And you know, then like we gotta, I'm getting so far ahead of myself, but this will be kind of a time for me to put the progressions and, you know, the transit into order at the same time, keep things in that context too. You know, Neptune's fucking around like we talked about. Pluto is gonna kind of hang around my Neptune. And As far as transits go, I'm beginning like a bigger stage of my life, guys, where Pluto will be opposing my sun for the next couple years. And I say couple, but I really mean like, okay, so this is 2024. So it's opposing technically this year. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 years, guys. Like it's just crazy because like Pluto will be opposing my sun. My progressed sun will be square my natal Pluto. I'll be hitting that Saturn return. Like I don't think I really signed up for the easiest life, but I did sign up for one of the best ones, one of the greatest ones. And, the more I get perspective on what I'm doing, who I am, how I serve this world, the easier it is to really devote my energy and commit and do the work. And that makes the work easy. I mean, I don't want to say it makes it easier, but, attitude and work ethic are the two things we can control. So, I've been able to leverage that knowledge so well in my life, and I feel like I still haven't fully grasped and utilized it. So that's kind of what I'm saying. So let's do a couple cards for this next year. This is going to be when I'm turning 27. So we've got the Three of Pentacles. That's the work card. That's the process of learning and becoming, always being a student. The work is spiraling, guys. It's forever. It never ends. Damn, bro. The Nine of fucking Swords. That's the cruelty card. That's the sleepless nights sometimes. That's pain. We got the Ace of Wands. That's a new direction. This is Mars Gemini energy, which is where we're literally starting right now. I got the Lovers. I'm going to read this like a pyramid. I need two more cards. That kind of feels like healing and love as well. Here's that damn Eight of Swords again, dude. That's about being locked in with my lover. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. And then one more. And this will be the integration, the culmination, the climax, the crescendo, the grand finale. We got the Nine of fucking Cups, guys. It can't get any better than that shit, dude. That's happiness. That's satiety. That's Jupiter Pisces, man. It's about manifesting my blessings. Oh, yes, man. I'm having a good time. I'm going to see you guys this year rocking out. It's going to be a good one. Man, and I see a lot of cool things, man. I see at the end of the year, my next solar return, I'll have Venus square Jupiter. That's promising. It's like a T square. We got Mars in there as well. Holy shit, that looks sexy. Venus, Mars. Oh my goodness. Whew. All right, gang. I love you. I appreciate you. I don't know if you made it this far in the video. This was really for myself, my posterity, my reflection, my retrospective analysis. You know what I mean? And I've enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time if you did listen to it. I'm learning more, to just love the sound of my own voice and just speak and just share with the world. So, if I had fun doing this, that's good enough for me. So if you liked it, I love it. It's a good day. It's a good year. It's been great. And here's to another one, guys. Thanks for making this year so beautiful. I love you guys so much. Take care.